All right, we're back now with our breaking coverage of the shooting last night at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Joining us to discuss is retired FBI Supervisory Special Agent Jason Pack. My panel is also here. But Jason, let me start with you. So this is one of the most heavily secured events in the country. But as some of us at this table have been talking about, this is an event I've been going to for going on 20 years. And quite frankly, the security posture has not changed terribly in that time, while the culture that we have been dealing with in terms of political violence, in terms of gun violence, mass shootings in our schools and other places has changed pretty dramatically. When you think about how this happened and you think about the fact that the president says he wants to hold this dinner, some version of this dinner again in the next 30 days, what does that need to look like?
Well, clearly they need to take a second look at their plans. And like you said, when you were that Cub pool reporter going to the thing for the first time, things haven't changed that much. We like to think of security plans, particularly at these known venues like an iron skillet. You don't want to get a new one every year. You just want to season that a little bit. And that's what happens with these after action things. But these frying pans also have a handle. And that handle was exploited last night, I think, when the subject showed up with that shotgun in the lobby there. And I think he did it by checking in a day early as a guest of that hotel. As we all know, I was there 3 years ago, walking up that hill, Kasie, to get into the front. It's hard to get into the front normally. So he bypassed that just by checking in and placed himself in closer proximity. So that may be one of the things they should take a look at.
I have hesitated to say on air the way that the sort of backdoor entrance that I've been using to go to this dinner for 20 plus years that I was remarking upon with my colleagues was still open last year. I will continue to keep it to myself just for the sake of whatever events are going to continue to be held here. But when you think about how a room like this, right, it's closed in, like if you've ever been into that ballroom, right, it's a massive space. This particular event, it's packed. You can barely walk in between the tables, let alone run to an exit. There are no windows. The doors, there are a number of doors, but it's unclear where any of them go. Have we reached a day and age where we simply can't host events like this in spaces like these with people like, the entirety almost of the Trump administration was in that room?
Yeah, there were a lot of cabinet officials there, a lot of high-profile folks, and certainly I think everybody can agree on both sides that nobody wants people who resort to violence to win. So I think having these events and working their way through them, changing them up a little bit, will be the way to go. And there may be some significant changes, but I think in the end, you want to be able to go back out there and we're a free country and have these types of events. It may look a little different coming up, and they've had some changes in these outdoor venues as we've seen over the area. And so these familiar venues, DC, Metropolitan Police, FBI, Secret Service, Park Place, they're no strangers to doing events in Washington, but sometimes it may be time to take a look at it given the temperature of the country today.
All right. Well, Jason Pack, I really appreciate you taking some time with us. I'm sure we will see you again on the air in the coming days. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.